Number one, they go through denial, okay? I've found in my marketing, and I've done a ton of marketing to Liz Pendon's fines. Again, all of this is public record. You can go on the Clerk of Court's website if you're not understanding what I'm saying. Liz, L-I-S, Pendens, P-E-N-D-E-N-S. It is Latin for simply that a lawsuit has been filed. If you look them up, and you can see that a bank is the person filing the lawsuit, and the seller is the one that is the defendant in that deal, that is a foreclosure, okay? And this is your opportunity to begin marketing to these people. These are some, especially if you look it up and it looks like it's got some equity, these are the ones that you're gonna have to go after. In my marketing to foreclosures or pre-foreclosures, what I have found is there were two main times when they would respond to our marketing. Now, they would respond throughout the whole process, but the two biggest times were when they first got the Liz Pendon's filing, okay, and when they got the final judgment and there was actually an auction date set. Okay? And the reason why so many people waited until the auction date was set is because they were in phase number one, denial. They never really believed that they were going to lose their house. There was some way they were going to come up with the money, some way they were going to refinance it, some way they were going to figure this out and save the home. And so the big lesson I learned there is we used to just market to people right when Liz Pendon's was filed. We began doing a letter series in which we would continually market to them over a period, like 5 or 6 or 7 letters over a period of months and months, and would also make sure we sent them a letter right when the final judgment was done. That's why a lot of times you'll see people will market and send letters or postcards right when the tax bills come out, because a lot of landlords that own a lot of property sometimes get overwhelmed when they have to pay all their property taxes. So the timing of your market oftentimes matters, and if you time it with the Liz Pendon's and the final judgment, and there is a series of letters and you're hitting them at all these different phases of grief, you're going to be more likely to have success. If you just send one letter and forget it, you're probably not going to do too well. The second phase that they go through is anger, okay? And I found this always to be somewhat, not comical, but it was just, you always saw when they were in it. First of all, they wanted somebody to blame, and so you would always hear about it. Because again, I meet with these motivated sellers on a regular basis. They were either mad at the greedy bank, okay? They were mad at their spouse who left them because it was a divorce situation and that's why they're losing the house. They're mad at somebody. They're mad, okay? And usually it's not uncommon, and I know for a fact Jack saw these properties, especially back in 2008, it's not uncommon when that person hits the anger phase, all they want to do is strip everything out of the house, rip the cabinets out and sell them, sell the appliances on eBay, just gut the entire house and leave it, okay? What your job is kind of part-time psychiatrist when you work in, or psychologist when you work in foreclosures, is to talk them off the ledge and help explain to them that's going to leave them in much worse situation than if they would just work with you in order to get the property sold and save their credit and avoid foreclosure. Okay, so part of that is you're negotiating, and part of that is making sure that you're staying in front of them and encouraging them through the process. Number 3, bargaining. This may not apply to everybody, but I'm just going to tell you, if you start marketing to foreclosures, you're going to hear this over and over again. What is the bargaining phase of somebody that's, say, like terminally ill, that will go to God and say, I will be a better person if you will just heal me from this thing, right? They think, if you'll I promise I'll be better. I promise I can do this. I promise I'll do all things right if you'll just save me from this situation, right? What happens in foreclosure investing is you will begin to be asked, if you pay back their back payments or if you buy this foreclosure from them, please sell it or rent it back to them. They promise they will start making the payments they've got. Don't ever do it. You think, man, I'm inheriting a built-in tenant. No, you're not. You're inheriting a built-in defaulter, okay? They will never pay you. It will never work out. You're going to have to find a very nice way to say, I'm sorry, we would not be able to do that, but here are all your other great options, as opposed to you staying in the house, okay? Number 4, they're going to get to a place of depression where they just basically, like, their life is over. They're starting to realize this is not going to work out. They're going to lose the house. This is where, both in your marketing or if you're already dealing with them and negotiating, that you highlight all of the favorable options that you have for them, okay? And there are plenty. There are things you can do. You can give them money to help them move to another property. You can help them find a property to move to. You can help, emphasizing the fact that you're going to diminish the deficiency judgment if they sell it now, that you're going to be able to help come up with a solution that's going to save their credit. Many times you just got to reiterate these benefits to them, both in your marketing and in your negotiation conversations with them to keep them on the line to do the right thing. Of course, it's going to be beneficial to you, but it also is the best thing for them as well. And then finally, eventually, they will get to a place of acceptance, and that again is reiterating why it's so important that you follow up and you keep marketing and you stay in front of them, because eventually they will realize they're going to have to do something with this property, and you want to be the investor that's in front of them when that happens.